At some point, I was going to make a point here. That's why I keep looking at here, and I just realized I'm blocking myself out of the camera. I love that you have the jib camera for this, like it's an action movie. Let's swoop in at these two guys sitting in these unbelievably small chairs. I literally feel like I'm going to fall onto the floor. This is insane. You really went all out with the audience, though. They got full-size adult chairs. Are these like from the 20s before they had like horse tranquilizers in our food? When everybody was like 5'1"? Yeah, I fly a lot, and there's this whole new thing of generation of people that take their socks and their shoes off on the plane. You got to look at their smelly feet, and then they'll literally stand up and they will walk into a commercial airline bathroom. Yeah, use it and then walk and sit back down again.
That's not right.
Yeah, if I was a dictator, those people would be eliminated.
By the way, dude, the elk's been delicious.
Thank you. How do you like it?
I've been chowing it for like 4 days. Like, out of respect for that fucking elk that you shot. It's like I'm eating all this shit. I don't care if it's fucking bad.
Does it make you more aggressive?
What?
Elk.
No, Joe, you fucking lunatic. If somebody gets in my face, that might cause me to get more lunatic. I eat a little bit of protein. You had to beat the fuck out of people for like 3 decades before you could like chill, smoke a little weed, put on your Little Rascals hat, and just fucking chill out. You don't understand. I love him to death. But this guy is the most testosterone fucking filled dude I've ever met. That's why I love him. I love him. Yeah, I'm a loner, man. I don't like people. So...
Yeah, you're not lying.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
This Fifth Avenue during Christmas time, the thoughts that go through my head. I just want to chop that tree down and watch it land on people as I walk over their head.
Discovered you.
I do owe my whole career to you. Yeah. I was struggling until Bobby Lee discovered me.
No, not discover you in terms of like you did it on your own, obviously, but no, in terms of my awareness of you.
Oh.
Can I tell you that story?
Oh, no, I remember. It was a big day in my career. Bobby Lee is finally aware of me. Am I on Bobby Lee's radar?
See, this is what he's going to...
This is when things start to happen.
I'm not going to allow this to happen.
Reversal.
I'm not going to allow this to happen.
Reversal.
Yeah. I'm just going to plug away. You know what I mean?
Listen, you can talk to him all you want. I can hear it. I thought you were laughing. You were fucking yawning over here.
No, the mushrooms are fucking killing me, man.
I knew it wasn't just weed. I was just like, there's no way I'm taking a hit off of that. There's something going on here.
The mushrooms, baby. The shrooms. I'm shrooming.
You know how fucked up this is? He's shrooming, and he's wearing pants like he went riding a horse today. Like side saddle or some shit.
Porn, I got to have a childhood. Can you imagine if that shit was around when I was, oh my God, I can't. Like these kids nowadays, it's like they're 8 years old, and the brain damage they have, it's like they've been on the Vice Squad for like 40 years.
So your Christian background is part of the show. Or
Yes, and I wanted to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that?
I don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon.
All right, listen.
A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically,
they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
all right, I'm not totally following, but I don't think I want to.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a morning show. I understand.
Thank you for being positive.
That kid missed the graduation, and then it was a feel-good story.
It was a feel-good, and we want to leave.
If you want to feel good about America, you watch the morning shows. You don't watch this, you know.
And
we were joking earlier. If that kid's story about the graduation was late night, that would have been a whole different story.
What do you think?
He's still missing. We can't find him. All we found was his hat. But you watch in the morning. It's great. It all worked out. He got his own personal graduation. Like, I was in such a great mood. Look how yellow this couch is. It's like the sun.
We discovered that
That's the weirdest story anybody's ever said on the podcast. That made me uncomfortable.
From the beginning too.
No, it's the serial killer tone of his complete lack of emotion.
Thank you. Can I tell you something?
This happened.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? And I know Bill.
The only thing missing from that story is the sound of somebody gagged, screaming in the other room.
Right. Now I know that you.
Let me go.
Yeah. And I know that you suspect that my husband is a psycho. I've heard about
No, he
this.
is.
Yeah, no, I know. And I actually agree.
Is.
Yeah. And I've been trying to prove this on this show for a long time.
He's just there's Bud and there's Bud Light. There's Psycho and Psycho Light. He's not the high calorie one that can't get married and have kids.
That's right.
Yes, but if his thoughts were a movie,
Yep.
Yeah, definitely NC-17.
Yep, he's a functioning psychopath.
But is that were you funnier, or was it just you enjoyed the difficulty more? I mean, I don't know if it makes you funnier because it's a harder show to do, or it's more.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. But I will say that what I liked about it was that just that those years where you just so much of your stand-up career is just one impossible situation after another, and you're just standing there trying to do the math, how the fuck am I going to get these people? We don't have a microphone. Is that going to be a problem?
Can you do 10 minutes while the band changes?
Yeah.
No, I can't. They're just going to take the instruments off and on the stage. No, that's not how it
and
works.
as you're doing it, they're coming in there tuning up. Done gigs in hallways.
Yeah.
Hallways, areas that met in a hallway, cafeterias at 1 in the afternoon.
Sure.
The college kids have no idea there's going to be a show, and they just go, "We have a comedian. His name's Bill Burr. Here he is." And then you just walk up there and have to do an hour.
Sure.
Just an hour
I know.
of humiliation. I would always say to myself, in an hour and 1 minute, this is going to be over. And I'm going to be in my car driving away. And that's what I would do. And the part that I hated was the waiting to go on.
Yeah, I still do.
Once you go on,
like it. Yeah.
it's the hourglass has been turned over.
Yeah.
The sand's starting to fall. And every second you're up there, whatever hit you take, that's one less one you got to take.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
I used to always call it my college agent afterwards, flipping out, going, "I'm fucking done with these things. I'm never fucking doing this again. I don't give a shit." He'd be like, all right. And then he knew I needed the money. And then he'd call me up and he'd be like, "Billy, Scott Bass," that was my agent, "Scott Bass calling. I know you said you're not going to do this, but I do have a nooner. I'm going to build around it." And, by then I'd be at home. And I cooled off. It was a couple weeks later from being on the road, and rent was coming. I needed the money. And he would be like, "All right, it's going to pay $700. It's like the middle of Iowa for $700, all inclusive."
I shouldn't have to wear a mask. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't buy it. And then there are people that...
I love those people.
What?
Yeah,
you like the people that flip out?
Yeah, don't wear it.
Yeah.
Don't wear it. Go kill yourself. It's awesome. Because I have to be honest with you, I know a lot of people died from COVID, but I'm starting to see the traffic come back, and I selfishly thought I wish it killed a few more. Every time I go into a store and I see something, they go, "Can we get a phone number?" Watching somebody give them the phone number. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I always give the same. Mine is all area codes. They go, "What's your phone number?" I'm like, 323-818-212-5.
Bill, how are you?
What's going on? Oh, thank you. Thank you, all 7 of you. And the 4 Kevin Harts.
Yeah.
Is he in the black section of the crowd? That's what it seems like. They've moved up to the middle. Progress. I like it.
Is that a Rolex?
Yes, it is. I finally bought one. 25 years in this business.
Is it white gold or stainless?
I don't know what it is.
Is it heavy?
No.
Then it's stainless.
Oh, is that what it is? Thank you. Thank you for taking my watch down a notch. I finally felt successful. You see this? You wouldn't say that if I had brown or black hair. I guarantee you. Blonde hair, you'd be over here giving me your watch.
Now, are you getting out of an existing house and
No, I'm going from a 1-bedroom apartment, and I figured I'd finally go out and buy a damn house and not have to deal with, some jerk living above me or below me.
All right.
Yeah. Do my own little thing. Get my little 12 gauge, get a bunch of cans of tuna, get ready for the apocalypse. That's what I want to do.
And then also, you can't tell other people's kids not to do stuff.
Right.
So you got to kind of be loudly like, "Hey, he's climbing up on the utility pole," and kind of hope that somebody does something. Well, back in the day, you could yell at people's kids, and I think that needs to come back, and that's what's holding back this country. Yeah, yell at other people's kids.
So
This is
we're very you wouldn't know that we like each other. Let's try to tone it down here.
No, I'm not. I'm just
No,
That's what happened. You came right at me just saying my theory stunk. I'm just here to promote a cartoon. I'm a dancing monkey today. I'm trying to be a good guy. I want people to like me and watch the show here, and you're coming at me. I don't know anything about hoop. I'm a 5'10" white guy. Like, there's a danger to buying that car. That big yellow, they see that big yellow prancing pony, and they just come out. They come up out of the manhole covers. All these gold diggers, like a zombie movie. And that is a gold digger magnet, and they are so good at it. They can look and tell if it's rented or not. They know where to look for the sticker. I don't know how to do that.
You don't have any kids.
No, I don't. I don't like the way you said that. Like you said, it's very... You don't have any kids. No, I don't have any kids. I'm going to adopt.
That's nice.
I'm going to rescue a couple of the children that work till 4 in the morning to put this. They make them catch it when it rains. Okay, and you have to stand out there until it's full. And if it doesn't rain that day, you actually get beaten, and they dock your pay because you didn't do the rain dance right. And then we sit here and we drink this shit, and we wonder why China hates us.
Isn't your idol Richard Pryor? Everybody?
All right, let's bring him up.
You don't idol Richard Pryor? Come on.
Good to see you,
It's
my
like
friend.
asking a guitar player if he likes Hendrix. I mean, he's the man.
All right.
He's the man.
All right.
See how I do that? You just ask me a question, all of a sudden I make it uncomfortable.
You didn't make me uncomfortable.
Nobody brings.
I felt good.
Make sure you speak into the mic. Make sure you speak into the mic. There you go. Yeah, he's like a 300-pound dude, and he was bullying another 300-pound dude.
Oh, I did hear about that.
I don't understand. No, you know what it is about that whole thing? I don't think it's any of my business. You know what I mean? There was a private phone call, and then you put it on TV. Dude, if you took 90% of my text messages and phone messages and you put them on the news, you would run out of podiums to put in front of me that I would have to apologize. The crap me and DeRosa say to each other, forget it. So, our stuff is so bad, we actually have code.
You know what's crazy is I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm close enough with Joe where he's like, look at the fake name we have for this guy.
Have like code. And look at everybody here getting silent like you don't do the same thing.
I do know.
Everybody has, you got your little Paula Deen moments. You got something. You do. Everybody coming down on that chef like they're a perfect person.
We've never taken a break in the middle of a guest.
I know, I had all this momentum going. Now I got to start all over again. Go ahead. Go to the card. See this? We won game 1. Here comes the second of the doubleheader. You never saw Weird Science, how creepy these nerds are? All these cameras on your phone, all of that. Do people go on Ancestry.com? Why would you send your saliva into the internet? Why would you do that? Why don't you just go to the Illuminati and help them build your robot replacement? Conspiracy theory has gotten a bad name where now it's become synonymous with like moronic thought. Like if you're into conspiracy theory, if you think like the bankers need to be stopped, then you also think the moon is made out of cheese, and you think that there's shifters and like lizard people. They just try to knock it down. It's like this country started with a conspiracy. That's how it came. We won, so they're considered heroes and rebels, whatever, revolutionaries. But if they lost, they would be hanged for conspiring. Yeah. It's not like it spontaneously happened.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden everybody just picked up a gun and started shooting at the British. They sat around.
They planned it out.
They planned it out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of these people.
It's funny when you said we won. I'm like, did we really win? But I understand what you're saying. Now,
is that African American thing?
Yeah.
You're whatever incognito. You're an enigma.
What, because I make a pie? No, you know what it is? You're not a good listener. You've known me for 10 years. You have no idea who I am. It's all about comedy with you and moving up the ladder and pushing people down. Huge fan of hockey. I love it. And I love that people don't get it down in the States. I love it. I love it. Why do they let them fight? I can't see the puck. It's like music to my ears. It's like, good, yeah, get out of here. Just get out of here. Let me watch it in peace.
Do you remember when they lit up the puck for a few years on
Fox
TV?
News, yeah.
That was you guys.
Do you know? No, but the NHL.
Well,
no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Time out. The NHL is you guys too. So all the owners had to agree with that, and you all had to be like, we gotta like expand this thing.
We thought we'd funnel money into Canada and keep it here, but you guys took it over, like you tend to do. But
I'm not going to apologize for that.
No, you're big on the,
I mean, that's just business, dude. You're acting like we came and knocked you on the head. You know what we're about?
we...
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a second. Fellow white person, not native to this country. How did you guys get this up here? Did the Native Americans go, oh, well, we like these white guys. You can have all our land? Jesus Christ. No, I get it. Your shit smells like maple syrup up here. Is that what you're telling me? All right. Yeah. I'll go with it.
I love the racist white guy thing. A bunch of racist white guys. They came out of the forest and they were just going Trump, Trump, Trump. It's like, where were all these racist white guys the last 2 elections when they could have voted against the black guy? They were fine. Oh, I don't mind the black guy, but this white lady, we got to stop her. It's going to take her 4-wheeler.
It's funny because, like, even I have to admit, like, I've discovered a couple of comics that I love that could be, you know, Republicans or whatnot, right? They're not out, but you hear rumors. And my initial response is,
what is wrong with that?
I know. I'm just, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, they're not out.
Yeah.
They're not out as Republicans.
No, you know, they keep their stuff private is what I meant.
Yeah, because liberals are out of their fucking...
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah,
but just,
good Lord.
Listen to my fucking point, though.
Okay.
Let me finish my point, okay? My initial reaction is like, right? But it's like, no, it's... Well, I'm just going to make up a name. It's Joey. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like... It has nothing to do with we're in it. Just listen, Bill. Right? We're in a volatile like.
I just love how judgmental the left is. You don't know anything about. Oh, he's a good guy.
Dude, it's like messing with my whole. I had this big discussion with my wife last night talking about the irresponsibility of religion with a higher power, where they go like, oh, people have freedom of choice. So it's just like, so when a serial killer is born, that's not on God at all. Like, whoa, lean a little too far this way on that. Like, that's not on him at all. He gets to walk away from all of that. And if you watch like all of these nature videos and just how the whole thing is set up, that, you know, the big eat the little, and how there's certain animals that their only way of survival, like rabbits, no fucking defense whatsoever. Their only defense that they get is that they can fuck so much and have so many of them that you can't wipe them out. But the second you're a rabbit, you know, I'm going to get killed by a snake, eaten by a coyote, ripped apart by wild dogs. That is their fucking existence, and they don't hurt anybody.
Their sex must be so frantic and anxious and fueled by, I'm finished, the snake's going to come any moment.
I know,
I've got to
looking over your shoulder as you bang.
You're not glad, but like the 2 interviews are H3H3 and Theo Vaughn, where everyone's like, did you see that interview? And by the way, knowing you, I don't see anything wrong with the interview.
I had a great time on the Theo Vaughn thing. I don't know what the fuck happened with that.
I don't know either.
I left that. We had a good time. I showed him my truck. We had a great fucking time.
I thought you guys had a great time. I thought it was a great interview. I think it is, I knowing both of you, you were not you, and he was not him.
People like to take a little fucking thing and then gas it up and make it something else, and then it becomes like, you know, that's all they're doing.
That's
like,
all.
What's funny is the average douchebag on these fucking social media is no different than these giant corporate news agencies where they're just taking shit out of context to cause something that didn't even happen, so you'll stop and watch it, so they can make money off of views.
Yeah.
And people on the internet do the exact same thing. They know exactly where to cut it, where to begin it, and where to end it to take it from a level 2 up to fucking 12.
I watched you and Theo's whole interview, didn't find anything wrong with it, including what people will say is how it ended, which is you going, I have to go, I have to leave now.
Yeah, my kid was getting up. It had nothing to do with him.
And then I watched the you got to see this interview with Bill and Theo, and they chop it up to make it look like you don't like him, you don't get him. And
do they do that with Rogan, where they'll do like his reaction, that guy, and they totally make a completely different interview that didn't even happen.
Oh yeah, you don't have to tell me about that. That's all my interviews.
Yeah, so why would you watch that shit? I don't watch
it. I watch it, but I don't know. But that doesn't.
You know what? Fuck you, Bert.
They're gonna cut this up now.
You are a major conspiracy theorist.
I'm a realist, though.
Conspiracy theory has gotten a bad name where now it's become synonymous with like moronic thought. Like if you're into conspiracy theory, if you think like the bankers need to be stopped, then you also think the moon is made out of cheese, and you think that there's shifters and like lizard people. You know, they just try to knock it down. It's like this country started with a conspiracy. That's how it came. We won, so they're considered heroes and rebels, you know, whatever, revolutionaries. But if they lost, they would be hanged for conspiring. Yeah. It's not like it spontaneously happened. Yeah. Like all of a sudden everybody just picked up a gun and started shooting at the British. You know, they sat around.
They planned it out.
They planned it out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of these people.
It's funny when you said we won. I'm like, did we really win? But I understand what you're saying. Now,
is that African American thing?
Yeah.
This dude is knocking it out of the park. He's one of my favorites. Here is Bill Burr. Look at you.
How are you?
Oh, it's good.
I love that you did the audience applause for everybody. Yeah, there he is. Come on. Keep it going for him.
Although I'm so glad I'm not in that type of relationship, because I can't imagine loving this kid with all your heart that half looks like somebody that you absolutely fucking hate. That's got to be so weird.
A constant reminder.
Yeah, and they just little mannerisms, like the way the kid eats little hands eating toast. Oh my God, that's that bitch right there. I don't have any sympathy for fat people, by the way. That's another one. No, I don't.
Just zero? No?
Because where are they on Kick It Ginger Day? Huh? Do they send me a card? They don't. People only care about their group. That's it. I've noticed that through doing stand-up. The people, when you make fun of animals, the people who get offended is the animal people, right? You make fun of Asians, the Asians come up. You make fun of this, right? But the Asian people never defend the fatties, right? The fat people never go, hey, lay off those Chihuahua jokes. They don't. It's very selfish, where they'll sit there and just subject after subject is going by, and they're all laughing. And the second it comes to their neighborhood, it's not jokes anymore. These statements that you made, like Meet the Press. Yeah.
You want me to be a soft, one of those Twitter tough guys? When guys come and sit on the couch, I go right after them. Don't you respect me for that?
No, I don't. Your big dumb desk hiding behind your microphone.
I respect you for keeping it real, Colin.
Yeah, I kept it 100.
What about when you call somebody out and then have them in front of you? That's punk. Can't do
no,
that.
But then you can actually just admit that you're wrong when the guy's delivering, because now he's delivering, he's still trashing.
Well, yeah, he's not admitting that he's wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
You really are the whitest person I've ever seen around.
Yes. Served me well. I've never worked for anything. Yeah, I was born on a yacht. It's just all been downhill.
I don't even mean it in. I don't mean it in a genetic way. I mean like physically.
I do. I'm talking full-on white privilege. I was stunned when I first heard about white privilege. I had no idea what it was. It's like, hey, everybody doesn't get to do this.
It seems as if the sun has never touched you.
Job interviews right as I get out of the car. You're hired. Go home. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you from Southie?
No, that's a Goodwill Hunting question that I've answered for 15 years, ever since that movie came out. Are you good at math? Do you like apples?
Where are you from in Boston?
I lived in a safe suburbs.
Saugus?
Wait, do you really?
I would like to know.
Look how beautiful you are. Look how beautiful. You know how many psychos are out there? I'm not going to tell where I live.
No, I feel like
what's your social security number? Oh, there we go. No, but now this is like the ego one. Now I'm going to be sitting above you. Yeah, you got to come with two. It's fine. It's fine. Sir, the one comedy through line that's working here is me shitting on this chair. Why would you take that from me? You're just totally going against the grain. I understand it. But you got on camera, so I think you get paid, even though this is online.
So are you in the process?
I cannot get comfortable in this fucking chair. This is just like one of the worst things. This should be like in a museum, is like the prototype. This was the awful level of comfort. We went from a log to this, and then eventually they got cushions. It's another guy looking at his phone. I swear to God. Dude, the day Jesus comes back, if he ever does, if he's even a real person, like 90% of people are going to miss it. They're going to walk right. He's going to be walking on water, and they're immediately walking by him. They're not even going to see it.
Hey, transgender fan. Hey, all right, look at me crossing over here. Hey, Billy, I've been listening to the podcast since I was 16. I'm 22 now, and I've enjoyed every episode, especially during quarantine. I'm a violinist, sculptor, and a trans man. Look at you. Definition in the next paragraph. Thank you. And have been wanting to write in for a while. After hearing you read the letter a fan sent in about his trans friends attending his wedding, I thought now would be the time. Oh, beautiful. All right, let me do the recap. So this guy was getting married, and not one but two of his friends that he was going to have be groomsmen either had transitioned or were in the process of transitioning. And he was like, am I an asshole if I don't want him to wear a dress? Okay, that was the question. So me knowing nothing about the subject, that didn't stop me from answering it. That's in the, I believe, the previous or 2 episodes ago. All right, so now we're going to actually hear from somebody living the life here. First off, I do want to clarify that by trans man, I mean I transitioned from female to male. Oh, fuck, okay. I didn't get that. I thought trans man meant you went the other way. Okay. In instrument rating, that would be reverse sensing on a VOR for all you pilots out there. In short, I'm a he. In your response to the fan that wrote in, you said that transitioning seems like a massive emotional process, and you were exactly right. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Not bad for a cis white male. When I describe the experience, which I do openly, to create a dialogue for people who are generally curious, I often say that transitioning is not an option, but more so the only option for most people like me. Let me ask you this. Before you totally committed, was there any doubt like, okay, I hope, because, I mean, I hope I'm doing the right, I hope I'm getting this right. Because I can't tell you how many times I've misread my feelings. I mean, but the stakes were not that high. That's like fucking, you're going all in with the chips, so to speak. Anyway, he goes, imagine you wake up one day with boobs and are expected to wear heels. After the novelty of having 24/7 access to tits wears off, it fucking sucks. Let me read this again. Imagine you wake up one day with boobs and are expected to wear heels. All right, now wait a minute. I thought you transitioned from a woman to a man. I mean, I transitioned from female to male. Okay. It says, imagine you wake. Oh, maybe he's putting me in this. I don't know. Imagine you wake up one day with boobs and are expected to wear heels. After the novelty of having 24/7 access to tits wears off, it fucking sucks. Nobody chooses to go through all of that trouble of being alienated from friends and family members on a whim. Well, there you go. You just answered my question. For me, if I wanted to have a future post-high school, I had to make this step, and I have avoided a lot of further mental dissonance thanks to the scientists and surgeons who advocated for trans medicine. And yes, I will always trust the opinions of a scientist over a politician. Fair enough. As the wedding scenario goes, I can guarantee his trans grooms were just as conflicted as him. I also came out right before a relative's wedding and was given an ultimatum of, you either lie about your identity if you want to remain a part of this family, or you won't be welcomed back into our lives. That is just fucking, can you imagine your family saying that to you? I ended up playing violin at their ceremony for free and never getting invited to another family reunion. Wow. That is really fucking sad. I'm sorry that happened to you. Hopefully, Jesus, in the near future, that doesn't happen. How do you disown a fucking, your own kid? I don't get that. I don't get that. I mean, I draw the line of, hearing my kid leave and then getting charged with it at night and covering for a murder. I mean, there are lines. Yeah, you do some Dateline shit, I mean, you're kind of out on your own. But I'd still visit you when you went to jail, and I would be like, where did I fuck up that made you do something like that? Anyway, personally, if I were asked to be a bridesmaid before coming out as a guy, I would have stepped down because I don't want to be the one guy in a traditionally female role. I'm betting this guy's trans grooms people felt similar. I have to fucking do the math on that. I would have stepped down because I don't want to be the one guy in a traditionally female role. I don't know what that means. I'm betting this guy's trans group people felt this similarly. I hope you guys understood what that meant. I didn't get that one sentence. Okay, and here's where the rant opens up. All right, here we go. Taking the gloves off there. All right, a lot of trans people are really pissed by the false and performative allyship the far left has dumped on us with little work to back their claims up. Yeah, it's a fucking show. That's what I think so much of that liberal social justice fucking horseshit is. It's just for you to put on a little performance on your social media page, and people can be like, oh, wow, you're an ally. Here's your little rainbow fucking emoji. And then you can just go back to living your life, and you're not getting your hands dirty. It's like those white people that marched with Black Lives Matter as they were live Instagramming themselves. Like, look at me. I have a bandana on. I'm a fucking revolutionary. And then after that, they just went back to their life. Got CrossFit in the morning. We are identifying more as independents because we've experienced hate from the right and tokenism from the left. Oh, yeah, you get used. I mean, which is worse? At least, I mean, I know the hate, if it escalates to violence, is bad, but at least if somebody's just straight up says how they feel about you, as opposed to just using you. Anyway, I think a lot of your jokes about trans people are actually more about performative cis people. I don't know what cis means, who are using trans issues for votes because they know we are a very vulnerable group. Well, they kind of do that with everybody. I guess that's the only positive way. Politicians always do that. They're always fucking looking for some fucking angle for themselves. Anyway, but not all of them. They're not all bad. There's got to be some good ones in there. Trans people just want to live a normal life, start a family, and not be claimed as a political pawn. I was at my lowest depression before I started hormones and got my chest masculinization procedure. What chest did you go with? Are they good enough that you can pick one out? Because personally speaking, I would go fucking Matthew McConaughey. But here's the thing. You know what's funny is if they actually get it down someday where you could do that, all of these fucking people who are like anti-trans and all of that shit, if they find out that you can actually get a Matthew McConaughey chest and they're looking at their fucking man tits, they might do it. You know? I got the McConaughey. You know, right before they fucking put the fucking gas on your face, you have headphones, and the last thing you hear is Matthew McConaughey going, all right, all right, all right. And you wake up with a chiseled tan chest. That'd be fucking hilarious if I did that as a redhead and my chest didn't match the whiteness of my head. Then I have to go reverse Michael Jackson, do a reverse bleaching. Anyway, let's not make this about you, Bill. Anyway, he says, I haven't left the house in weeks. I hadn't left the house in weeks and nearly dropped out of school. Since transitioning, I'm happy, back on stage, volunteering, writing music. That's great. Teaching violin students, running my small business. There you go. Don't work for somebody else. And I have met someone special. Oh, look at you. I know from an outside perspective, being trans seems crazy. If you knew the thunder and lightning between my fucking ears, I don't think anybody's crazy. I think it's fucking crazy to go through life and not think that you're kind of fucking nuts yourself. Walking around thinking you have it all figured out. I think that that's fucking crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. Like shit freaks me out without a doubt. I'm not saying this shit, but I will tell you when Bruce became Caitlyn, there was definitely, a what the fuck moment. Now I'm used to it. But what was weird about that was if you were like me, you weren't for some reason allowed to have that what the fuck moment. Which is one of those things that the left is like psychotic with. It's like you got to let everybody kind of go through their emotions as long as they're not hurting anybody. You're processing it. That's all, right? So anyway, this person says, I felt the same way until I realized I would always be an angry, sad person if I had stayed in the closet. I started listening to your podcast the same month I came out back in 2017 and have not been offended by the jokes about trans people. Contrary to what the far left or right wants you to think, trans folk have a pretty thick skin and we're no strangers to having to advocate for our rights. I've been doing a lot of work on undoing the anger I built up over my teenage years, and listening to your show has given me laughs when I needed them the most. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. Wasn't that great? Look at me, huh? I'm going to make that whole fucking thing about me. You know, the appeal of me is just really amazing. And you guys, I just want to say, as a podcast justice warrior, all right, so if anybody is listening to this and your kid is gay and they came out and you disowned them, can you not do that to them? That's such a fucking horrible thing to do to somebody. It really is. It really is. It's like, just try to be, just fucking work your way through it. You know what I mean? It's, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. That happens to me with one of my kids. I mean, it's you. Just be who the fuck you are and don't be a fucking asshole to other people. That's all I ask. Can you just do that? Great. All right.
So anyways, I'm glad you're here to taper this part. So I was over here and Mia showed me the cover of what magazine was that?
Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair.
Are we talking about Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah.
The Kardashians.
You just blew it. I was going to fucking build the whole thing up and then, because I was looking at it going,
yeah.
how do I know? I'm like, how do I know that chick? Is that somebody we know?
You're like, I know that woman.
And I'm thinking, she's not good enough. She's not good looking enough to be on the cover. Is she a publicist? Is she some famous publicist? And then it was me, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn with a C.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I got to tell you, man, that is the
Congratulations, Caitlyn Cakes.
I know, I got to tell you, that's the most hardcore thing I've ever seen played out in, like, all that Marilyn Manson shit and Alice Cooper and Ozzy biting the head off a bat. Nothing compares to the what the fuck factor. And I'm not,
You're comparing like shock rock tactics to someone becoming transgendered. I really don't.
Somebody that you knew.
Not.
Can you let me
continue with your ignorant thought? Sure.
No, that's you shouldn't say that. This is the first time I ever experienced this. I had to be able to fucking say what I'm thinking. You see, his own daughters are going like, so wait a minute, you're gonna be borrowing my toenail polish? They got to get their head around it. I'm allowed to get my head around it. God bless him. Okay, that's what he wanted to do. Well, he did it. Now he's a she. Is he? But he still has his dick, right?
Bill.
Does he?
She wants to be called she. She wants to be called Caitlyn.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Call her she.
I'm all right with that.
She has not had surgery. No, she has not. I think that's something she might do in the future.
Okay, so she has a penis and she still is she at this point.
Correct.
So the reality is you don't have to do any of that. You could just say, I want to be called she, and people should just respect it.
Pretty much, because it's the whole idea about gender not necessarily being rooted in physicality or sexuality, it being more of a state of mind.
So this is like
which is a big debate, of course. But
so this is like some Ornette Coleman shit.
Who's that?
With your body. Ornette Coleman, he was one of those guys who played so free with jazz, there was really no one. And even like Charlie Parker would walk off the bandstand going, I don't know what the fuck these guys are playing.
Okay.
Is that right? I think this is a groundbreaking thing.
Yep.
That he's the first, and he will be like, he's like the, I don't know.
First what, though?
Well, I'm not going to wade into that fucking sinkhole. God knows I'll say the wrong fucking thing.
There was a transgendered person on the cover of Time magazine last year, which was actually the first.
No, but I mean,
Her
as
name
far
was
as
Laverne Cox from Orange Is the New Black.
What was her name before that? Larry?
I don't know, and it doesn't fucking matter.
I think you should keep your I would be. I go from Bill. I would be Beth.
Would you?
Beth.
Oh
Burr.
wait, can we talk about that? Let's talk about if you decided to transition. Would you really go by Beth?
No, I think I'd be Janet, and I would be such a cunt.
So pretty much the same, right?
Yeah. But you know me now as a male, I'm awarded for being an asshole. You know that ridiculous feminist theory that if a woman does it, she's a cunt, but if a guy does it, they're like, oh, you want to be president? Fucking morons.
I feel like men are
You're not near
definitely
the
called
microphone.
assholes when they're assholes, but I don't think they're morons for saying that. Men get to
do what?
Get to act, especially in business, in a more, let's say, cutthroat, like a Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's a fucking dick, but Mark Cuban is also brilliant and a really successful businessman. But I feel like more often than not, he gets called brilliant and amazing.
No, he doesn't.
Even
He
though
gets called a jackass all the
He
time.
does?
All the time. When he
I
runs
thought
out on the
people-
court and does all that stuff.
thought-
Get off the court, you jackass.
I thought
Totally.
people were always saying, like, you know, Mark Cuban is a, you know, business genius, and, you know, I
No,
don't
he
know.
is. But he is. He's undeniably is. But he doesn't get good reviews. That guy gets
Oh, he
trashed all the
doesn't?
time. No. You know what it is? Is you guys have bad experiences with men while you're dating, and they get to be dicks and bang you and then leave, and you never quite are able to wash that off. So I think that you guys then look at us in a certain way.
I'm able to separate my experiences from dating dicks to dealing with dicks in day-to-day life. I am not so simple-minded and, like, one-dimensional that it's
Oh, you're
like,
not
oh
petty.
my God,
You're not
a
petty at
guy
all.
dumped me one time and
Right.
now they're all dicks. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
But there was a period in your life, you can't tell me that you didn't get a little petty. I did.
I actually never did.
I did. All those guys that dumped me. No, I had it. Yeah, major.
I didn't necessarily have the greatest
All right, listen.
track record with men, but I didn't write you all off because of that. I still was looking for love.
Listen.
What?
All right. So what I'm saying is, as far as like the most hardcore fucking thing I've ever seen, as far as just spinning your head around like, holy shit, is the fact that Bruce Jenner, unlike that other woman who I don't even know who the fuck that is, who's on Time magazine, is that this guy, you gotta say, my whole life, I've known this guy from like second grade on.
Yeah.
He won the decathlon. He was on the Wheaties box. He was on Chips. He got a nose job, and then he disappeared, and then he came back on the Kardashians, and he was walking around in the background. And I remember Lawhead had this great fucking bit about,
he did,
just
actually.
being like, why are you sitting there getting bitched at? You got a fucking gold medal for the decathlon. They got you walking around in the background, you know, like, you know, I should be walking around with that medal around your neck or something, right? To then, I remember when TMZ was chasing around saying that he was having a sex change. I was like, oh my God, leave the guy alone. You know, he doesn't like his face, you know, and I don't know. He's doing whatever the fuck he's doing, and then it turned out they were right. And now when he comes out, call me Caitlyn. I mean, this is the thing, like, because what I don't get is there's going to be a lot of people that get in trouble as they're trying to fucking process this for the first time. This is their first time experience, and I think you ought to allow people to have that first dumb thing that comes out of their mouth, not understanding and being like, what? But everybody's going to jump on them.
You
And
know what?
someone will
That's
lose
actually
their,
a good point.
someone will lose their career. To sit there and
No,
watch
that's a
this
good
guy,
point.
like you wanted to be this guy, you wanted to be Bruce Jenner. I wanted my hair parted down the middle and feathered to the side. I wanted to be a motorcycle cop. I wanted to do all of that shit. And then all of a sudden, I remember reading articles about him, like his fucking life, you know, he's in between, you know, girlfriends or whatever. And they went to his house and he had some Porsche Target. I still remember this in Sports Illustrated. A Porsche Target in the garage that he walked by and he ran his fingers along. He had a little bit of dust on it. I'm like, this guy's, he's so the shit that he just has a leftover Porsche. I mean, this dude was like a guy's guy to then, boom, go the 180 the other fucking way.
Yeah, I think people should be definitely allowed to be honest with it. I just feel like the cruelty is what's unnecessary.
No, not cruelty, but you ought to be able to say, like, Bruce, what the fuck? Sorry, Caitlyn, what the fuck? Wow. Wait a minute. Can I sit down for a second?
They were talking to one of his sons from his other marriages, like Brandon or something, and he's she lifted up her dress to show his son her new boobs,
No!
and he goes, "Whoa, I'm still your son," because it's like, yeah, whoa, wait, just give me a second. And then another one of his sons.
No, but he would never, when he was show
course,
his balls.
Of course.
It's where you came from, son.
Of course. No, of course. It was definitely, that would be very weird.
No, but that's always been my theory.
But, and the
girls who get fake boobs will show them to you like they got their nails done. Because it's an insecurity thing. So they'll be like, see,
I have two friends with amazing boob jobs. I never would have known. They're so good. You gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out in there and get discount plastic
You don't go
surgery.
to Denny's when you get a boob job.
Like,
right?
whatever, the facial reconstruction that Caitlyn has had is fucking amazing. Now, of course, she still is a handsome woman, but, like, it looks good. And those tits,
I don't even know what you're talking
those tits
about.
look
What did you
fabulous.
just mean she's still a handsome woman? Did you mean that she started off as a handsome guy?
No, there's some women that are, like, handsome.
This whole thing that I'm saying
Like
right now,
Katharine
listen to me.
Hepburn.
This whole thing that I just said.
What?
You mean like that? That's the handsome guy, or like the woman right now? You know what? This whole fucking scenario is why I never watched Lost.
What?
This is why I never watched Lost.
How did you
Because
come
they were like,
around
is
to
this a dream state? Is there a fucking monster down here? What's going on? And then now you're jumping back and forth on either side. It's like he's playing tennis against himself right now.
It's kind of like your ADD brain, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like bringing around insult Bill. Look, I'm on vacation. I'm trying to have a good time.
insulting you, mon cher.
Um,
But you know what else? One of his kids, her kids, see? Even I'm slipping with the pronoun.
Oh, you homophobe, transgender hater. What's your career? We need to end it.
My career is lying around with you in France. Suck it.
Oh, that's that douche on Twitter who gave me shit. Anybody who starts a tweet with the word maybe, I'm done with.
Yeah.
Maybe don't blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What a cunt.
Oh no, I was saying one of Caitlyn's sons said, "I'm hoping, I think that, or something like that. Caitlyn will be a better parent than Bruce was." Something like that. No, I mean she's been pretty
That's
open
funny.
about it.
And then if Caitlyn starts crying, be like, Caitlyn, I wasn't talking to you. Talking to
Talking about
Bruce.
No, by all accounts, especially his first set of kids,
I didn't
he
like
wasn't
him
there.
either.
Bruce wasn't there for them
because he was a fucking man.
And now that Bruce has become Caitlyn, you think
Hey,
tapping
Bruce,
into the femininity will
Bruce
be better?
won the gold medal. Caitlyn still has to prove herself. She hasn't won shit yet.
She's won all of our hearts.
All right, well,
No.
but you know something else? Then there's also then falling all over yourself. There's the ignorant being mean about it. And then also going the other way where you fall all over yourself. And if Caitlyn's being a cunt, you can't call her a cunt because she used to be Bruce, which is bullshit.
Well, I guess Bruce was an asshole because Bruce really wanted to be Caitlyn and was struggling and was taking it out on other people and was literally running away.
I think
That's what
Caitlyn
I
is going to
believe.
be the biggest gossipy. She's going to go to brunch and just talk shit about everybody in her immediate circle.
I'm pretty excited to see how this unfolds. Actually, it's pretty major. Are you gonna watch her show?
No, I never watched the Kardashians.
Oh, that's true.
I hate those fucking shows.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And to be honest with you, I would have to. I'll just sort of walk by the TV and occasionally glance over. I need to ease my way into the fact.
You are. You're gonna watch it over my shoulder.
And I have the fucking right to do that.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, when you make that big of a fucking change. Jesus Christ, I shaved my head. People like, what the fuck? Yeah, you got to give people. You got to be courteous. And let people like fucking go, all right, let me, okay. You should have like 5-minute visits and then they increase to 10 and you just got to gradually you literally, it's like you killed off the other person. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like where are they?
Yep. Gone.
Yeah, so then it's weird. It's like, well, I technically should be liking you, right? But you're not the other person, but you're still you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he did something like he sold his soul to the devil and he's like trying to beat the devil at his own game? And now just becoming like a woman at the end of his life so he could save his soul. And the devil's like, oh, where did Bruce go? And he's like, I don't know. It's like Angel Heart.
Are you talking about that movie with Lisa Bonet?
Yeah, and Mickey Rourke is fucking great. Louis Cypher. Anyways, who knows? I don't fucking know.
Bill Burr tackles Caitlyn Jenner.
No, I didn't. I'm getting my head around it, as I should be allowed to do.
All right. Can we find it? There we go. All right, this one's titled, Oh, Jesus. I am a 23-year-old man from Paducah, Kentucky. Now, why would you tell me that? I didn't want to read that. There's probably 18 people in your town, right? Needless to say, there isn't much to do. About 5 months ago, I met a girl who's 2 years younger than me and moved into town from East Cungamunga. We hit it off almost instantly. It was great. You know what? I'm going to have somebody bleep out this city. All right? I got to have him bleep out the city and the state. He goes, we hit it off almost instantly. It was great. She is beautiful, educated, and has a great ass. Sorry. A little Al Pacino for you. We took things slow, and I found that to be something unique in today's time. Most girls give it up within a day or two, but she wanted to take things slow, and I appreciated that. I found myself falling head over heels for this girl. I hadn't been with anyone in over 2 years, and I felt that I felt as if she was a sign that maybe there was a bit of hope in this world to be happy, and she communicated with me that she felt the same way. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, we went out to a bar, and we had some drinks, played some pool, and had a great time, and ended up getting a little frisky with each other. I drove her home, totally expecting that tonight would be the night I was going to bang this beautiful woman. When we reached her driveway, we started making out in the car and asked if she wanted to come in. She got real quiet and said under her breath, yes, but. And of course, I said, but what? And that's when she told me she is a transsexual. I literally yelled. I was so shocked by what I heard, I could hardly keep myself together. And I told her, him, whatever, that I wasn't going to go upstairs with her and I would call her tomorrow. And she got out of the car crying and said, I was born this way, like some Lady Gaga shit. Wait a minute, what is transsexual? Like a hermaphrodite? Wait a second. Ah, Jesus, Bill, you're too fucking dumb. Why do you guys write me? Is this the fun part of it? Just finding out how fucking dumb I am? Transsexual. This is hilarious. Now I have this on my search engine. Transsexual. And Neil will use my computer and look up like transcontinental, and transsexual is going to come up. Bill, is there something we need to talk about? Transsexual. Here we go. A person who's undergone a sex change operation. A person whose sexual identification is entirely with the opposite sex. All right, well, that just made me even more confused. So if you had an operation, how were you born this way? Or the person saying, I just identified with being a female. Oh, I see. Okay, so the dude had a sex change operation. Okay. He goes, I haven't spoke to her since. It's S-I-N-C-E, not S-E-N-C-S-E. That night, besides a few text messages. She's going on about how much she loves me and she is sorry she didn't tell me sooner. It's even gone as far as me having to turn off my phone because she won't stop calling. I've never been pursued like this before. What do I do? Part of me actually feels bad, but I can't see myself banging an ass every night while my sweaty balls slap against her sweaty balls. Now, wait a minute. I thought the person had the operation. Don't they remove that? You know, I don't fucking know. Regardless of how gay this may sound, I still think she's incredibly hot. I knew it was too good to be true. Should I tell her that I'm just not interested anymore and completely cut her off, or should I be her friend? Or should I go bang her ass? It's weird. The thought of banging her ass excites me, but the thought of her junk swinging around makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. Thanks, Bill, and come do a show in such and such state sometime, you fuck. What should you do? I don't know. I honestly don't know. What's funny is you're literally just like you're mentally where she is sexually. You know? I don't know. Like it's like you're standing on the state line and you got a foot in either state. Just like her. You know? So I think your emotions are normal. And I hate when fucking people get offended by this shit. And they go, that's fucking you. You know, they get all offended like that dude is now a woman. It's like, no, that is a dude that fucking is a different kind of dude now. You know, that's not a woman. It's still a dude. It's just a different kind of dude. You know what it's like? You ever see when somebody buys an old car and they take all the chrome off it? They want that nice clean look. Yeah, that's what they do to their crotch. You know, that's a dude that took the chrome off. You know, I don't know what to tell you, other than I don't know. Do like that fucking. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Is what I would say. Let me go back and read what you said. Should I tell him not just anymore? Completely cut her off. All right. Part of me actually feels bad because I can't see myself banging an ass every night while my sweaty balls slap against her sweaty balls. Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't think the balls are there anymore. Although they might have kept them like a hood ornament. I have no idea. Oh, Jesus. I really am a moron. Regardless of how gay this may sound, I still think she's incredibly hot. You know, why don't you just split the difference and get a blowjob? I don't know what to tell you. That's so funny. I knew it was too good to be true, this poor bastard. I would say this. I'd say you'd want to sit on that decision. Don't be like the Baltimore Colts in the 1983 draft. Did you guys just watch that 30 for 30 where they immediately walked up 2 seconds in and they selected John Elway? You know, rather than fucking waiting the full 2 minutes or whatever to see if anybody gave him an offer. And then they ended up with nothing. I'd sit on this one for a minute. And I think that this person's actually pursuing you the way that they are because they're in a desperate situation, which is the whole thing is, in reality, the whole thing is unfortunate. You know, people should be able to be who they are. You should be able to like who you like, and that person should be able to, from day one, say that they're transsexual without getting judged. The reason why they didn't say it was because they were worried about this fucking moment here, which once again is another sad, depressing thing about humanity. I would say follow your heart, sir. You know? And not your balls. If you really want to find love. There you go. Balls in your court. No pun intended. All right. Advice for a young lady. Hey, Billington. Very, very original ones this week. People coming up with different ways to butcher my name. I'm enjoying these. I am in need of some advice for a young lady. And I love that some women are actually piping in, despite the fact how much I talk about hockey on this podcast. What are you saying? Women don't like hockey? Yes. So here's what I'm saying. I'm an 18-year-old high school senior entering my freshman year of college. I got into my dream school with a scholarship. Do you know how bad I wish that I did that? Wish I studied in high school. Anyways, and I'm moving out of my shithole town, and everything finally seems to be making up for all the shit that I went through in high school. One of my really good friends is going to the same university as I am, and we're renting an apartment together. However, my friend is an 18-year-old straight guy, and I am a straight girl. Uh-oh. The gender thing could add a whole other level of difficulty on top of adjusting to living with a new person in a new city, away from everything I grew up around. We've been friends practically since we were in diapers. We can talk, jam out to 70s rock, and watch the Chappelle Show for hours, and we've never had issues with weirdness before. But I do understand that college introduces a lot of firsts, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous that having a few too many drinks during a welcome weekend could lead to some inappropriateness. Weirder things have happened. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize our nearly 2-decade-long friendship. So this kind of sounds like you're a little attracted to this guy, that if you're this worried that something's going to happen. Or maybe you're 18, you're going from your parents' house to all of a sudden living with the guy. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to guess that that's what it is. So anyway, my question. What tips do you have to stop anyone from stepping over the line with a male/female roommate? Also, in general, what tips do you have for living with a roommate? Nia's opinion on this would be epic. Thanks, and fuck you. Yeah, that was Nia's great fuck you last week. You know what? Maybe this Wednesday we'll do another Nia log, and I'll read this one. But right now, I'll just give you my own ignorant thought on it. Oh, wait. By the way, there's a PS to this, everybody. There's an epilogue, just like the streets of San Francisco. PS, might I add that we've both been in various relationships while friends. He often asks me for girl advice, and I ask him for guy advice. He currently has a girlfriend who I really like and am friends with, but they are breaking up in June when she leaves to study abroad. I am currently single. Oh, yeah, you guys are going to bang within fucking 8 minutes. Within 8 minutes of your college career. All right, so basically what you want to do, you're not asking me should you or should you not move in with this guy. You're going to move in with this guy. So what you're really saying is basically, how do I not fuck this guy? Well, I can only do it from the male perspective, which is what I would do is every morning before I ever even walked out into the living room was I would rub one out. Oh, God. To try to get that fucking, urge out of me. I think what you need to do is sit down and talk with the guy. And just say, listen, we have a great friendship, but I don't want to ruin this. I know we're moving in together and everything. But, obviously, we're going to be in close quarters, sharing a bathroom and blah, 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 blah. You know what you have to do? You have to lay down the law, if that's what you really want to do. But if you actually like this guy, like I think you might, if you actually like him and think you could actually, did I just say that? If you like him, do you know what I mean? Do you? Oh my God, you guys, this could be the one. If you actually like this dude like that, then you should not move in with him. You should be in a separate apartment. And that way, if you start dating him, you don't immediately start by living with one another.
I was reading a little bit about you, and it says that you have a tendency to kind of go with your first thought.
Yeah.
Because reading makes you sleepy.
That's right. And my first thought is this is the best week to be here, the week before the Super Bowl.
That is so true.
Before all the whores fly in,
Yeah. But
just want to get out. Wow. Just want to get out of here before that. What is true? This is like the Oscars for prostitutes.
Okay, all right.
This entire week.
Let's remember we're G-rated here, folks.